What up, everybody? I want to start by saying this is not a podcast. I'm not starting a podcast. These guys are not starting a podcast. We're not podcasters. However, my name is Jude Barclay. This is Graham. This is Coop. I want to start with Graham. Tell the people a little bit about yourself.
My name is Graham.
Hey, Graham.
I produce music. I write music. Put out music.
Who are some people you've produced for?
Nick D, Connor Price. Anything you pretty much hear by those guys, pretty good chance I did it.
Amen.
And then my two homies here, Cooper Hill, Jude Barclay.
Amen. Cooper, tell the world about yourself.
My name is Cooper. I'm an artist out of Nashville, songwriter, a little bit of production as well.
Would you claim you're out of Nashville now? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm out of Nashville. I mean, Oklahoma City is my home
Nashville.
forever.
Okay,
You know, my forever home, but Nashville for sure.
Right. Okay, cool.
The best songwriter I know in person.
Wow.
And then I'm just like, I'm a SoundCloud rapper from Midland, Michigan. So
that's not even.
But you're hard though. A hard SoundCloud rapper.
Thank you.
You're like a Dat Piff writer.
What does that mean?
That was like the OG SoundCloud. You're like you're like a Dat Piff.
Jude Barclay makes music. He's a fire artist.
Bigger Dreams Club.
Thank you.
And an entrepreneur.
Amen.
Real estate.
Is that like my personality?
Real estate
model. Okay, so I brought some of my two best friends here because I want to talk about a couple things. Some backstory on this first question was I dropped a song called Love Sober, which looking back, I hate the song now. But I got some kind of like partnership with TikTok where it allowed me to push my song further than it's been before, which is super cool. But with that, it pushed it to new people that probably wouldn't have liked my music, which is fine. But I will say this: there's so much auto-tune in that song that I'm like, looking back, I'm like, man, I wish I would have got better takes. I wish I would have done this. But obviously, that's 2020 is. Wait, what's it called? Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah,
but
that's funny.
Literally, all of the comments on those videos were too much auto-tune.
The most hate comments I've ever.
Yeah, like, it was foul.
Ever.
Someone
said,
bad. The boy Leroy. That's my favorite.
Kids already low, bro.
Yeah.
And then boys just.
You want to see some of the smartest, wittiest people go to a TikTok comment.
Dude, I sometimes run to the comments. Anyways, so my first question is I guess we can answer it or two different ways because we can ask the question two different ways. One is autotune cheating? Yes or no? Or it could be is autotune ruining the industry? Like, what do we think with that?
First?
Yeah, which way do you think we should tackle that question?
I think we could tackle both.
Okay.
I think they're two separate questions.
So is autotune cheating?
No, I don't think autotune's cheating.
No, absolutely not.
I use autotune. Here's the thing about autotune most people don't understand is that like autotune doesn't make you
a good singer. Yeah, so many people don't understand that.
Autotune makes a good singer a better singer.
Right.
Everybody uses either autotune or some form of pitch correction. There's almost no artist putting out music to this day who doesn't use one.
And we can even name big people like probably like Adele,
anybody. They all have
Justin,
pitch correction.
Like
pitch
literally
correction.
But
everyone
they're
uses it.
Singers.
But they're incredible singers.
And the better singer you are, the less of that auto-tune sound you can get.
Right.
But I wouldn't call it cheating. I mean, is recording a podcast on nice SM7s cheating because we have the technology to do it now? At the end of the day, you either have something to say or you don't. So when it comes to being an artist, it's like if the music's either good or it's not. I don't think the auto-tune. I mean, I get preference when it comes to listening to it. I don't think it's cheating, in my opinion.
Do you think you just said something? They still have something to say. Do you think that's the most important thing when it comes to being an artist is having something to say?
Either something to say or like a feeling to communicate, for sure.
Yeah. Or isn't that the same thing? Well, in a way.
Well, you can say something like literally with like your words, or you can like
match a feeling,
give across a feeling or an emotion.
Yeah.
With melody, it doesn't have to be words.
The way that the music feels. Yeah, there are people who, I mean, I think we talked about it before, but there are some people who can kind of just like mumble stuff, but like they're really talented artists, and the way that they do it makes you feel something.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think that's just as valid.
Do you have an example for somebody like that?
I think Kanye's done that quite a bit. I think some of these new age like hip hop artists kind of lean into more like the melodies. Like I heard Future talk about it on a podcast. He was like, I don't even know what I said there, but like 15 million people are streaming it or whatever. It obviously is coming across a certain way to people.
Graham, do you have anything on the auto-tune cheating?
Auto-tune's not cheating.
Yeah.
I think auto-tune is made so it's like literally a whole new genres have been built because of auto-tune.
Mm-hmm.
I will say a lot of people don't, when they hear music, they don't know what's auto-tune.
Yeah.
Like people get vibrato, reverb, and auto-tune mixed up.
You should explain the difference between those three.
Vibrato being your voice fluctuating.
Like when it goes up and down.
Reverb being space.
It's
space
like,
in a room.
Like the best way to describe it probably is when you go into like a gymnasium and you scream and it bounces far away. Like if it bounces off a far wall and bounces back to you, that would be a reverb.
Yeah, your voice sounds like big.
For sure.
Right.
And then auto-tune being you sing a note, you're a little bit off, so the technology brings it up a little bit to get right there.
But like if you're 4 notes off, it's not gonna bring it up automatically.
And if it does, it's gonna
sound
it's
terrible.
Gonna sound weird. But people get like people are always on Post Malone. Bro, I see all these people comment on Post Malone's or whatever, just stuff about how he has so much vibrato in his voice, and people are like, "Oh, that's so much auto tune." It's like
no, he actually sounds.
There
like
is
that.
auto tune, but that's
the
not
auto tune will accent
is,
that.
though.
It'll make that like it'll bring that out, but that's part of his actual tone.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Who do you guys think, speaking of Post Malone, who do you guys think is the most influential artist in the last 10 years?
I didn't start listening to music till like 4 years ago, so.
But like, do you not?
That's crazy.
That is crazy, bro.
To be one
Like,
of the
that
best
low-key.
up and coming producers, period. That's
Yeah,
Like
wild.
listening to like my own,
Yeah.
I would say like more like trending music.
Right.
I was kind of in like niche areas.
I feel like I could argue Drake.
I don't know.
Maybe I guess that would probably be more who's on top, but influential.
Well, I
maybe,
don't know
too.
if I could, like, if someone were to say Drake's the most influential artist of the last 10 years, I couldn't disprove, like, I couldn't be like, no.
Disprove it.
Yeah. I don't know if I would say it.
Who would you say?
Man, I don't even know. Production wise,
Yeah.
as far as changing, like, the landscape of sound, I would say Kanye West. Because maybe not,
In the last 10 years?
I guess I keep thinking 2010 was 10 years ago. That was 808s and Heartbreaks. 808s and Heartbreaks changed all of, like, it's every rapper we have today is 808s and Heartbreaks. Auto-tune.
You don't think
auto-tune
Future
sound.
had more like in hand in that than Kanye did?
Future, it, like, came from 808s and Heartbreaks. Like, that's what it
You
came
think?
from.
If you think Future came from 808s and Heartbreaks?
He said that.
He said that.
in an interview
Okay.
before.
I actually don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
like that's. I mean, T-Pain was doing auto-tune, but T-Pain also had a lot of like writing credits on.
I love
808s
how
and
people
Heartbreaks, but-
don't know that T-Pain can actually sing, and that's
Like,
just like another.
sing.
That's
example.
another-
Like,
that's a perfect
insanely example of, or like he's just, bro. He's an insane.
The reason why
vocalist.
T-Pain sounds as incredible with the auto-tune as he
Yeah.
does, and like why he created that auto-tune sound, is because he's actually an incredible singer in real life.
An example of somebody who did not need auto-tune.
Exactly,
And
chose to use it
because
for
he
a sound.
wanted to make that his
Yeah.
sound.
Amen. Hallelujah. Okay, so who would you say, Graham?
I don't know, bro. Like I was saying, I didn't really listen to Kanye a lot. I still don't really listen to Kanye a lot.
But have you heard his discography like at least once or no?
Like I will say I've listened to like a few albums, but not. I
That's
don't even think I've
wild,
listened to
bro.
808s and Heartbreaks
That's so
all the way
crazy.
through, bro. I know.
Oh, that's crazy.
Bro, the first Kanye album I ever listened to all the way through was Jesus is King. The first time I ever listened to a
I'm about
Kanye
to
album.
leave this podcast.
Yeah, that's really sad.
that's really sad.
Did
but
you
it is
listen all the way through Donda?
It's honestly,
Yeah, I listened through all the way through John.
It's
that
a-
was like a chore by the end of it. The
Yeah,
first
it's
6 or 7 songs were like
whoa.
incredible. It was no.
It was not a
come
chore.
on.
A chore is a strong
No,
word.
It
chore
was
is a strong.
strong choice of words.
Okay,
It
it's
was
not
a-
a strong choice of words. It was like
It was
okay,
a roller coaster experience, and I enjoyed
yeah,
it.
and there was a lot of downs. There was a lot of
The
downs.
downs are
by
the best
end.
part of a roller coaster. It's a
What? What do you mean?
lot of down. You
No,
it's a
that's
drop.
not what he's talking about.
I'm
he's
not
talking about
talking
like
about-
the bottom, like when you're stuck still.
Oh, when you're
Yeah,
stuck.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Well,
sucks.
I don't have somebody.
Okay,
I don't.
you
I
went-
think Post Malone's been pretty influential as far as bringing like kind of
Very
a dark sound
influential.
to hip hop. Or I
And-
mean,
yeah,
to pop music.
But yeah, pop. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
that's crazy.
Chief Keef, Soldier Boy. Some of the most influential of
That's
the last
so-
20 years.
Okay,
for
well,
sure.
who do you think is the new king of pop? Because we were talking about this a little bit before the podcast. Wow, I sound like Joe Rogan right now. That's crazy. But
No, this is easy.
this is easy.
There's one answer.
What's the answer?
Justin. the king of pop right now of the last 10, 20 years. 10 years. 20 years. I don't care.
I don't know.
And no one before him until you get back to Michael. It's Justin, in my opinion.
Whoa. Over Ed?
Yes, absolutely. Ed Sheeran's a generational songwriter.
What about The Weeknd?
That's not pop though.
No.
Is it?
What is it?
I don't know.
No, that's definitely pop, but it's
like it's a different kind of. I don't think. Like,
also The Weeknd.
Oh yeah, it is pop. I don't know what I'm saying.
I'm not saying. I think it's still Justin Bieber.
I feel like The Weeknd.
The Weeknd is the highest streaming artist in the world right now.
That's so. He's been up there for so long. By 30, 40 million,
he
right?
He feels too much like Michael. Like it's almost like it's like he's
The Weeknd feels
The
too much like
Weeknd sounds just like Michael Jackson.
He's
he's
revitalized kind of that
and
sound.
It's the 80s
but I think he's done
sound,
it. He's done it kind of modernly.
I'm not saying it's not good. It's really good.
Yeah.
I just think. I mean,
I would say Bieber.
From age
I would agree
14, 15, and still to this day putting out hits.
I think I would agree with Bieber. I think I love Ed so much, but I could see that.
Ed might be the number one. I don't know if I can say number one. But he's Ed's top 3 songwriters of the last however many years. Absolutely. Yeah. But I mean, like Ed wrote "Love Yourself" for Bieber. So it's like, and Michael Jackson wasn't a songwriter. Like Ed Sheeran would be like.
I wouldn't say Justin
Jones
Bieber is the best songwriter.
Or a Stevie Wonder.
I wouldn't say. Who do you think's the best songwriter in the last 10 years? John, Ed.
Based off like what?
Yeah,
like hits,
my favorite
hits.
or hits.
I mean,
Benny Blanco.
Lou Bell has like.
Is Benny like I know
Ed
obviously Benny's writing, but is he like is he co-writing most of the time though, or is he like?
I don't know.
Obviously, I feel like production, but is he actually like helping write those songs?
He's a songwriter. I'm pretty confident he is writing a lot.
Lou Bell has like 6 diamond plaques.
Yeah.
I think he has the most out of any producer or songwriter. I could be wrong by that, but
I would put Taylor Swift in top 5 easy. John Bellion, but that's personal.
Yeah, I guess that is. Personal.
Ryan Tedder.
Oh, that's
Ryan
a
Tedder
good one
for sure.
Okay. Lyrics or melodies? Which one's more important? I want to talk about this because I know you guys have different opinions on this. Which one is more important, lyrics or melodies?
I mean, before we start this verbal assault on each other, I'm biased towards lyrics because that's what I love, and he's biased towards melodies because that's like what he loves.
True.
I don't think there's a right or a wrong.
I'm in the middle. I'm the avatar.
Now that I've said that,
avatar.
Yeah.
Now that I've said that, writing lyrics.
Writing lyrics.
Lyrics
Why?
Are more important. I think music has always been, I have something to say.
Yeah.
How can I relate? How can I make something that relates to so many people? How can I get something off my chest? How can I express myself? Can you do that with melodies? Absolutely. What is that melody expressing if it's not paired with
Do you think one is
words?
more memorable than the other?
Yeah, I think melody is how we remember certain words. If I just said words, it'd be like poetry. It wouldn't be like stuck in everyone's head. Right. So I think the melody is like essential to the lyrics, but it's like the melody is like the wheels that you need, and like the lyrics are the car, bro. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's that might have been a dumb analogy, but it's like you need one to get it. Yeah, like you need a melody to like carry the lyrics,
right?
But I've heard whack melodies, very basic melodies, and lyrics that just give me goosebumps. I've heard lyrics that are rapped that have no melody at all,
right?
Especially like old school hip hop that is still to music, but it's just like the words are what's, you know, like. Anyways, I'll let you go now because I know you're probably gonna say the opposite.
Yeah, I was gonna say the opposite. There's a balance to it, but obviously, I'm not saying you're denying that. But I think melody. I think when it comes to your average listener, people grasp on to melodies far more than they do lyrics.
Yeah, 100%.
I agree with that statement.
I think the majority of
I just think the majority of listeners are stupid.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, they are. Honestly, let's be honest. The listeners are stupid because, for example, let's go to an art museum and let's stare at art. All of us are gonna be like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
But like people that understand that, and the people that like relate with that, and the people that have done enough studying or like looked at enough, but like it's the same to us. Like we've done all of this research on music, and it's like, okay, well, like this is what's important to us, or like we understand the value in this, or like, you know what I mean? It's just like,
yeah,
for sure. I think as an artist, you're not writing to impress other artists.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, you could put all this crazy production and lyrics and weird melodies that aren't catchy, but they're impressive.
This is something I feel like with you that you've helped me learn this, is because I used to spend, I feel like a lot of like artists, producers, songwriters spend so much time on things that only maybe 8% of people are going to understand.
For sure.
And you, like, I don't want to say you underthink, but you don't overthink so well.
Yeah.
And then I feel like you are great too with that, where you're like, yeah, let's just do this. It's really easy. And for me, I sometimes overthink things, and that's why I love like to be able to work with you guys and like learn so much from you guys, to be like, okay, I completely overthought that.
I've learned that the most from Graham, probably because I think as someone who writes lyrics first, as far as like
Graham's just the teacher. Yeah.
Graham will be like, it used to be like, dang, like, am I good enough? Because Graham would be like, nah, this is whack, let's move on to something else.
Yeah.
But it's not, it's tuning into the feeling isn't immediately there, so let's work on something else.
Graham taught me that, like the first session that we did together. Graham's the GOAT, because first session we did together, we like how many actually, let me back this up. First session we did together, we did what, 4 or 5 songs a day.
When was that?
Hooks in Atlanta.
Yeah, like 5 songs a day.
5 songs a day, and which was dope, but like I had never done that. I like 2 songs was maybe the max, because I wanted to record everything and then listen back to it. But Graham was like, why are we gonna spend so much time on something that like we're gonna listen back to it later and it's just gonna be mid?
Yeah.
So let's like put that energy into like 5 or 6 ideas, and then whatever's the best idea of that, we'll come back to it. And that was like mind blowing. So like in these sessions, we've been here for 2 days?
Yeah.
2 days. We got 13 songs, 14 songs.
That's a lot.
I actually think it's literally 14.
And they're not skips.
They're
not,
hooks.
yeah.
They're not completed songs.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Right,
We haven't
that's what I'm
completed
saying.
the songs, but there are 13.
Half of them probably aren't even recorded. But I'm just meaning of like, wow, we went back to this and like these ideas. The idea is what's most important. I would say
they're
that.
solid.
Well, and from a time point, if we spent 2 days, we knock out 15 songs and half of them are trash.
Yeah.
And we walk away with 7 great ideas, or we spent 2 days working on 8 ideas,
trying to
really
perfect,
solid,
yeah.
and we came out with half of them, like, or we came out with, let's say better, we came out with 6, like, oh, bro, what?
Way to go.
Wake up.
Oh, yeah, my bad, that's gonna hurt.
Everyone in America listening to this podcast right now just had a flashback.
Yeah, bro, some anxiety.
All 13
Is that the alarm you use too?
Yeah, well, only for that time. I wake up to like.
You wake up at 8 p.m.?
I wake up to the Next Move album every single morning, bro.
Do you really?
I hear the Dallas Freestyle. It's like,
hey.
I'm like, yeah.
What do you wake up to a song? I wake up to a song, and literally it's so funny because like my siblings know it till they hear it from the other room, and it starts with yeah, just like that. So they're telling me, bang on my door, open the door, like, yeah. Time to wake up. And I'm like, okay, bro.
No, truthfully, I cannot have a song as an alarm because it ruins the song for me.
No,
I thought that would happen, bro, but
I stopped doing it.
It didn't bother me.
There are songs that I'll hear to this day that when I was younger, I used them as like a alarm on my phone, and it'll like freak me out. Like I'll get that same feeling you get when an alarm goes off, and you're like, whoa, where am I? Like that shell shocked.
When I was
I get that hearing those songs.
When I was like thought I was gonna be an NBA player, like everyone did when they were like 12. I was like, I'm gonna wake up at like 6 a.m. every day and go out to the driveway. I'm putting up 80 million shots, like, and then I would wake up to Motivated by NF. You know what I'm talking about?
Dang.
And I'm like, and I was like, put the freaking like
to go shoot in the driveway. You got eye black on?
Yeah, bro. I was like, I'm gonna be him.
That's crazy.
That's not him. I don't know who that is.
Well, I was like a chubby little 12-year-old. I got made fun of for man boobs, and then so you can like see me out there, like I'm a basketball myself, trying to like play basketball.
Basketball myself. That's crazy.
But I would wake up to like I'm motivated, bro. I maybe got up 2 times, but that just stayed as my alarm for like 2 years.
Yeah, I think you just
respect it.
I think you described so many like middle America white kids growing up.
And then
experience.
the best thing my mom ever did was put me in a a camp with seniors when I was like in 7th grade.
Yeah.
And I was just like
they're
they're
just
so good. They're all going to the NBA for sure.
They're all like JVs.
And they're like, but like looking back, they were so bad.
They're all like,
yeah.
But I'm like the best player went JUCO or something.
Not even, bro. Yeah, but we're not even talking about like this was like Christian school camp too. So it's just like, but my line was just so low.
That's
like
hilarious.
I was shooting 3 for 10 for free throws back then.
That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah.
But you had eye black on, so I bet you look
Look good.
fly.
I looked good. Yeah. I was definitely the accessory kid too, where I had
the sleeve.
No, I had 2 sleeves.
Did
I
you
had
have
the knee pads?
The double Nike Elite socks?
Yes, bro. I had the double Nike Elite.
I feel like those kids tend to be the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was first picked though for sure every time.
Wow.
Just
had the headband.
Because they're like, wow,
they
this
thought
kid
you were
plays.
good because you got a headband on.
Yeah, that's what all that mattered.
Yeah, like he's a hooper. He's got the sleeve on.
That's crazy.
You have the Jordan headband?
No, I had the Nike one.
The Nike one?
Yeah.
That's respectable.
Okay. Now we got so off topic there. Changing topics. Out of all of the characters on The Office,
Okay.
all of them, who would have the best rap career?
Second greatest show ever. I mean,
Who would have the best rap career, and what kind of rap would they make? Would it be melodic, old school, new school?
Great question.
that's a good question.
You got yours?
Me?
You have yours?
Should I go?
Yeah,
for
we
it.
thought you were going.
Okay. Not to be basic,
It's gonna be basic.
I'm going to go with Jim. Hear me out.
That's a stupid. That's so stupid. That's the stupidest one.
He is definitely the white kid who sat in the back of class growing up, listening to every hip hop song that came out and trying to be like, writing rap. He's clever. He's quick witted. He's funny.
I bet he would have bars.
That's what I'm saying.
He's
like,
very-
the
he's very
kid that's
clever.
like, I'm not saying that they would be like a famous rapper, but the kid who's just like, yo, I bet he's got like some witty bars up his sleeve.
For sure.
That's definitely Jim.
Wow.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't.
First round draft pick, Jim.
I think Michael, but because he'd be a meme.
See, but is
It'd
there
be like a
was
little
I
Dicky
basic
type.
or was that basic?
Okay, here's the deal. Out of all the people who did make rap music in The Office, you have 2 options.
True, we didn't say it was good though.
Yeah.
It was hard, bro.
It was kind of catchy. Scranton, what?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Okay.
That's the safe route,
That is the safe route.
is Michael.
It's a safe route.
Yeah.
You took the safe route.
Dwight was just like hype man.
Graham.
Creed is not a bad choice because Creed has some
I
music.
can't picture what that would sound like.
What was
What's the best episode of The Office?
Diversity Day?
Dinner party. Easy.
Here's why
I've
I
watched dinner
Dinner
parties so
parties.
many times.
here's
Dinner
why I
Party is
say
insane.
Diversity Day. Because when it came out, this like shows the difference between where we were versus where we are.
Yeah.
When it came out, everybody I know, didn't matter their race, thought it was the funniest thing ever. And
So
to
it
this,
was.
like, if it were to drop today,
Yeah.
that
There's no
episode would
way.
be canceled, bro. Like, there's
That's
no
just
way.
stupid, man.
And I think for me, it's like not only is it funny, but it's like almost nostalgic of like, man, this was like
100%.
back when people could actually tell jokes. I think that's why it's
Jokes
the
are
best
jokes.
episode. But there's a lot of funny episodes. It's great episodes.
Dinner party's the greatest episode ever, bro.
Dinner
Dinner party
so-
feels so different.
It's
That's
so
why it's like,
tense, bro. You're like hurting to
What's
watch
the
it.
watermark one?
what's that one called?
I think it's. Is it like the scandal? No, it's like
No.
it might be Watermark, bro. I don't even
It
remember.
might be.
That one's really funny.
I need to rewatch
Dinner
The Office.
party is actually
Dinner party
it's
is so
insane.
tense, bro. The
Snip, snap, snip.
the one episode I can, bro. Dinner party I can watch it over and over. The only episode of The Office I still cannot rewatch is Phyllis's wedding, bro.
Oh
Yeah.
When he
Oh,
drags
man.
that chair, bro.
yeah.
The wheelchair.
What's the
It
one where
hurts.
no. You know what the best episode of The Office is? Is
Oh,
when
no.
he tries to be Santa and when he can't, he tries to
to
be
be Jesus.
Oh my god.
He says,
My
"I have
last
the
name's
power of flight."
Oh man, I can heal leopards. Leopards. That one was. I wish I would give so much money to be able to rewatch that show for the first time.
Yeah. What's funny though, I don't know if y'all been seeing these on your TikTok recently. The best parts of The Office are the bloopers, bro.
Yeah, some of those are crazy.
Some of the bloopers blow the episodes out of the water. They're so funny.
I don't know how. I could not record. Like, bro, I could not be in a room with
any of those
Steve
people.
Carell doing
any
his
of them.
bit, bro. I would not make it through a scene.
Yeah,
that's insane.
It's so insane. I like Parks and Rec better than The Office.
It's good. It's just
it's
not
good.
It's
I
not
don't
as
think
good.
it's the same. Did you see the thing where Dwight was on a flight with someone who was next to someone during COVID wearing a mask?
Yes, that was so funny.
And the dude was watching The Office the entire flight, like
the
a long
whole flight. He watched The Office the entire flight.
He's sitting right next to what's his name in real life? I can't remember.
It's Rand Wilson.
Yeah. Yes, he's sitting right next to.
And at the very end, have you ever seen? I think he was on Jimmy Kimmel, and he talked about it.
He took a photo with him.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but they talked about it at the very end. He took his mask off.
Yeah, he's like.
And then the guy said that he talked to him for like a minute before he even realized.
Yeah,
I'm like, I would recognize
with the mask off.
With the mask off.
He said he would like slowly bringing down his mask, and then it took the dude like 45 seconds or something, and he was.
I think I would react that way though. I wouldn't be like.
I also depends on. I don't know how different he looked, like on that flight.
You
like,
can still tell.
Like,
no, he hasn't gained that much weight, or he's not that.
Well,
looking
I'm
that
saying
much
he could
older.
have a full beard. Yeah, like he looks very different in real life. But I'm not saying.
In real life, what does that mean? It's a camera. It's the same, right?
No, he has a beard.
He has a beard. He's older.
In the show, he never had a beard,
like,
did he?
What, 10, 15
years
years
older? Yeah, he's 15 years older. He's got a beard. I'm not saying I wouldn't recognize him. I'm just saying 45 seconds isn't.
What's his cousin's name in the show? Dwight's cousin.
Oh.
Wow, bro.
I don't even remember.
Why am I blanking on this?
It's so funny though. When he's like running Mose. When he's like running alongside the car, and when they come and stay at that one was crazy.
It's so funny, bro.
The whole Amish bit was
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Albums versus singles.
From a listener's
perspective. What do you think?
I will take a good album over a good single, but I will take a good single over a bad album. There's nothing more heartbreaking
than a bad album
than getting an album and it's trash.
Especially if
I would agree.
Especially if the lead single was really good.
Yeah.
I
don't like lead singles. As a listener, I do not like them at all.
What do you mean?
I don't like going through a project and hearing the lead singles.
I don't like it if it's multiple singles for sure. Because a lot of albums today, you'll be like, it's like every other track. Yeah, you're like, bro, this came out. I don't know. Y'all know I'm such like an album person. Like I remember, even though I was really young, listening to music, I probably shouldn't have been listening to at that age. Like I was still remember the era where albums were everything. Like it was about creating a project. And I'm not saying it's bad now that it's like single. It's just different, and I really enjoy it. People who put together like a project, like a concept album. Those are like the artists that I love to listen to.
Yeah.
So I would take
concept
an album.
albums are good. I would love to do an album one day. I just want to have something to say that would be meaningful to other people, not just me.
Yeah.
And I feel like you gotta have enough people that it makes sense to
100%.
for people to care, like enough people to care about the album.
Because then if not at that point, you're just doing it for yourself. I know a lot of people that do albums for themselves.
I don't want to. I made the mistake in my previous artist project of dropping like multiple albums as like a 17, 18-year-old.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna drop an album again. There's not gonna be a Cooper album until. Yeah, there's
until
like a demand for it. It makes sense.
Yeah, there's a budget. There's a message. There's all of it. And I don't know. I feel like a lot of my friends make albums, and I'm just like, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
This is so stupid. And if we're not going from a listener's perspective, let's go off of like an artist's perspective of like, man, like business-wise, your fans, like this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you could have
you're doing it for yourself.
You could have dropped every one of those songs as a single with its own moment to shine, its own promo.
Yeah, and if you understand that and you still say, okay, I want to do it, I get it. But like, it's just stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's so dumb.
I agree. I mean, I get it to because I want to make albums, but I'm not for that reason.
Yeah. I have the want to make an album, but I'm like, man, but also this is something I think about. It's like, it would be hard for me to write a concept album now. I would say that because I have never done it, and it would be a lot of work switching my brain.
What's crazy is I have like 5 concept albums. I just like, I'm not like almost fully fleshed out as far as like the ideas, what they could be.
That's crazy.
I just
never even thought about it, bro.
Really?
No.
Never even thought about it?
Like never even once considered.
For concept or just album in general?
Just an album.
I have like the
Do you think you ever would?
If it made sense, like I would have to have a pretty significant amount of fans. The thing, like 10 years ago, albums sold more than singles because you were buying. People didn't want to go buy a single.
Right.
But now singles make more than albums.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense unless you have the beauty of an album now is if you do an album with a merch drop with everything else, the album is you're not gonna get it like, oh hey, I just dropped a single merch for that single unless that single goes crazy. So it's like there's a lot of other opportunities.
I love what Leroy did, which he dropped like 4 albums under the same album. That was crazy to me.
Like EPs and then put them together as an album?
Yeah, so he did.
Kind of like, they were like 8, 9, 10 songs. They were like pretty much full albums.
No, he did. The first mixtape was 15. Then he added 6. Then he added 7. Then he added 6 again.
These are the F Love
tapes?
Yeah.
Isn't that, but that's crazy. I don't know anyone else that's done that. And he just kept adding to the same
I think
project.
it was
but it was over like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a great choice. Like as far as like, and now it's only one album underneath this thing. It doesn't have like part 1, 2, 3. It's just the whole tape.
Yeah. I think the thing about albums that they did in the past that someone just has to figure out how do we do this again in a different way is like create an experience for people. Mm-hmm. But like I feel like there's a new innovative way to do that people just haven't tapped into yet. Mm-hmm. I don't think albums are gonna go away.
No, yeah. Crazy. What I wrote this down. I don't really know where this could go, but I said, what makes music good or bad?
What makes music good or bad?
Like, what does that statement mean to you guys? Like if someone asks, like, yo, how is your music that good? What would you say?
I fight with my roommate over this topic.
I've had
like fights.
Fight.
Well, it's just like this idea of like music is art, so it is subjective. But there are objective parts of music. There
are objective truths.
For sure. There are building.
What are the objective truths?
Well, I mean, on a literal level, music is math.
Math.
Music is math.
Explain that.
Frequency of sound.
Yeah.
And so you put the wrong frequencies together that clash.
Such a virgin, man.
I mean, it's simple. Like you put the wrong frequencies together that clash.
Yeah.
It's not gonna sound good.
Right.
Now you can't say it's not art.
Right.
You can't say it's not enjoyable to some people. Someone out there is probably gonna like it.
Yeah.
But on a wide scale, you can tell there is a standard. And that standard might change sonically as far as like the genre, but like good music sounds like good music and will always sound like good music because you're putting the right pieces together.
That actually leads me to something else. I'm curious on what your guys' take on this. There's friends that I know, people that I love, that have great taste in music. Perfect, like their playlists are beautiful. They've heard incredible music before.
I know where this is going.
But they make terrible music. Yeah. Awful, terrible music. Great. Why do you think that is?
Creating music has very little to do with your musical ability, your taste in music.
You think creating music has very little to do with your musical ability?
Oh, 100%. My example is...
No, that's a great take.
No, I
agree.
My example for this is the amount of worship leaders...
Or just musicians, studio musicians.
Yes, studio musicians.
Instrumentalists.
Yeah. I guess people that can sing really well, that doesn't make them a
singers.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference in live performers and artists. I know one of the most talented guitar players I know in person cannot come up with stuff on his own at all. Like
Oh, you meant musical ability as far as like being able to play or sing is what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't have.
Okay. You meant like creativity is almost separated from the
I think
ability.
It's completely separate.
To bring something new.
Yeah. I mean, all
existence.
of the people in my church, like all of the whole band is like literally says I'm not a real musician.
I think they're real musicians. I don't think they're artists.
No, they're saying they tell me that I'm not a real musician.
Oh, you?
Yeah, they're like, yeah, you're not a real musician, and I'm just like,
I mean, what is a musician?
I think
that's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't even say I disagree with him, to be honest. I don't think they're artists, and I don't think you're a music. Do you play any instruments?
I play the computer perfectly.
Okay, I'm talking to myself too, though. Like, I'm not a musician.
Yes, you are.
I can play. I have relative pitch. I can play some stuff on piano, but I never learned.
I can play the piano decently, but what I'm trying to say is that does not make me a musician. What's the definition of musician?
I think somebody who makes or creates music.
Yeah.
Or somebody who makes or plays music.
I agree. I'm saying by the definitions that I'm saying I understand what people are saying.
I understand what they're saying. I think
it's a subjective definition. I understand what people are referring to.
If someone's saying a musician is somebody who is a master in their instrument, then like obviously none of us are going to be musicians.
But none of the people on your worship team are artists. I'm assuming. I don't know.
Yeah,
and they wouldn't be, and I don't think they'd be good artists.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter that you can play guitar beautifully or piano if you can't write a melody, a song, words, put it all together.
There's completely separate skills. That's what you were getting at.
I mean, I know so many people with great voices, great instrumentalists, cannot create stuff out of thin air.
Yeah.
Because it's different. They help each other. I mean, if you are a creator and you are an amazing guitar player, like, yes, that's going to benefit you. But I don't think that because you can play the guitar makes you a good.
Well, that's not even what I was talking about with ability. When I'm talking about my friends that made awful music, it's like I don't understand. And honestly, I think when I was making, and even still, I'm not making the best music in the world. I understand that. I'm not even making, you know what I mean? I know I am very self-aware of the level of music that I'm making, and I feel like I've always been, but maybe not always as been self-aware as I am. And that's what I'm saying. I used to make music and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. But it was just the best thing I'd ever done. And so maybe that's why people hear it. But like, it's just some of it's like really bad. Like really bad.
I don't understand why people who know what good music sounds like, if you create and it doesn't work out, I don't know where I was going with that.
Then why put it out if it's bad? Is that what you're doing?
Well, no, I was gonna say that, but you need to put stuff out. I think you grow, you learn. It's not music. Something not like
maybe everyone's bottom line like is not the same. Like or like starting off is not the same.
Yeah, there's growth. I think it's ignorant of us to. If I'm not saying anybody's thinking that, but to be like, you know what great music sounds like, and you don't make good music, like.
Well, I don't think the issue is.
There's always
why would they make bad music? I think the issue is why would you put that out?
Why can't you tell the difference?
Yeah,
between what you're making.
No, I would say this. This is more what I'm saying is those people aren't self-aware that their music is bad.
Right, they can't.
They would they listen to Sally from Minnesota thinks her song is just as good as Ed Sheeran.
Yeah,
and it's like.
Well, it's like some people are like tone deaf. And they think that
some people are
singers.
You think it's like a maybe not a pride or a selfish thing, but it's like
a literal ear thing.
I think it's
not even a little. I think it's a pride thing.
Bias.
Yeah, like a bias. Like yo, this is the hottest thing ever. And it's one thing when someone comes to me and plays a song and like, yo, what do you think? And I'm like, yo, this is cool. But it's just cool. It's not crazy. Yeah. But it's another thing when someone comes to me and is like, yo, the best song you'll ever hear, and I'm just like,
right?
No, this is not. And it's like, and I'm not even saying I don't think I've made the best song I've ever heard. I'm not trying to say that like, oh, look how cool I am. I'm trying to say like, this is crazy that you think that.
Yeah.
When you've heard that music and you have good taste, but that's what I think. When I was more getting to is why put that out. But the baseline is you really do think it's that good. That's just crazy.
I think it could be. There's a lot of people that are afraid to tell people your music's not good.
Oh, for sure.
So if you have a lot of
those kids that get on American Idol, bro, Their parents told them that they were good singers.
That's a great example. The audition rounds of American Idol will bring out the worst in music.
Y'all remember when Kanye did the American Idol?
No, I didn't know that.
You never saw that? You never seen that? Kanye did an audition?
Like as a joke?
Yeah, it was so good.
That's funny. No, there are, like Graham was saying, there are people who will show up to American Idol, and I think it's because literally no one ever told them, and I could be wrong, maybe someone did, but for the most part, I think they have people around them saying, oh, you're good, chase your dreams, and no one's saying, bro, you're not a good artist.
Or
that's
improve.
okay. You haven't improved at all.
Yeah. Improve. Yeah, that's what's crazy. That's what's crazy to me is I know people that have written songs every day for the last 2 years and haven't improved one bit. And that's what's like, that's really rare, I would say.
Yeah, I think the issue is not that you're putting out bad music.
Maybe it's the people you just have around you.
Some of the biggest artists in the world, their first demos are crazy how bad some of those are, bro. So it's not that you're making bad music. It's that you're holding it at the same standard as a top 40 hit.
Yeah.
So.
And you're putting it out.
No, I think you should put it out, bro.
Really?
I think that's part of the artist. There's so much more to being an artist than just making music.
Yeah.
You don't know a single artist that makes great music and has never put out a song. They don't exist.
Yeah, there was literally, this very rarely happens. I actually had this conversation. There's a kid, I don't want to call him out by name, I grew up with, who literally moved to another state, a music city, that like 700-800 miles away from home, to make music. He has never put out a song. His own family members have never heard his music.
What?
He was like, and his whole like point is like, I'm not putting out and showing people my music until it's good enough to be heard. But I think like what Graham was saying, releasing music is such a
I think releasing music
important
is good,
part of it, because you're never gonna.
Well, I wasn't saying you shouldn't put it out. I was just saying like releasing music that's that horrible. But do you think think releasing? Yeah, and I guess everyone has a different bottom line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's our consensus.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, if I played my first songs that I ever made, you guys would laugh me up and down. But
yeah, same here.
I think almost every artist. I don't know.
Graham's first song was great though, so
it probably was.
I started pretty late.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. You started as a producer. I started as a producer.
I had made a lot of music before I.
Yeah. A lot of other people's music.
Other people's music.
Yeah.
Which
even other people's demos.
Transferred over to my own music.
Yeah.
So.
I would not take back being a producer first for anything, because I think you've probably worked with so many artists. We were even talking about this the other day. Like, people might not understand, but like they're like, they want you to structure the song when it's something that's so simple to do as an art. Like, but I'm so grateful I started as a producer, because it just shows, it taught me how to communicate with other producers. So it's like with you, I feel like I am pretty comfortable with communicating. I knew this, or this. And even I don't think there's been a song in the even since I stopped producing, even when other people produce it, I always have my hand in the production at some level. And it's like, most of the time that's just structuring, or sometimes I add stuff. But I would say to anybody, learn anything and everything about the field you want to be in. Like, because like video making, making videos, it's like I have to learn all of this literal science behind. Yeah. And that's how it helps me communicate with like the people that I shoot videos with, or photography, or like what else is there? What's the other? Marketing, or engineering, or design, or like just graphics. Different stuff like that. Yeah, graphics, like everything.
More you know, the better.
Yeah, or all social media. Like there's so much knowledge there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think is the best teacher? Experience, YouTube, like all of that together, or like if you're trying to do something, dude, YouTube is better than college. Like,
YouTube taught me everything.
I think
YouTube
adults
just figure. And go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna. I mean, expounding on what you were probably gonna say, but I think adults hear phrases like that and it freaks them out, and they think, "Oh, that's such an ignorant young generation thing to say." Mm-hmm. YouTube is literally better than college.
100% is.
And here's why: one, college today, all of us are on a Google Drive shared folder anyways. Everyone's answers are the same. If not, you got an AI typing your papers or helping you. You got.
So
I'm not saying like me specifically. I'm saying generally as a population, you've got Spark Notes for every book that you never have to read. You've got the answers to any test ever, because teachers never change tests. They reuse the same ones for 15 years. That's what college has become. And then you have these platforms that, you know, people of our generation, we've had a computer in our hands since we were 11, 12 years old. You have these platforms where there's just infinite knowledge.
Infinite, yeah.
And anything you want to learn about, you can learn about. You can take courses that you pay for. You can watch most of it for free.
Yeah.
I really do believe that college is there are specific things that you to this day have to go to college for. You want to be a doctor, you got to go to college. You should not be operating.
No, nobody should. Yeah.
Do not operate on me,
because
if
you
watch
need to be, your knowledge needs to be checked by other people first before you practice.
But those things are like trades that are becoming very like fewer things.
When you said trades, actually, this is something crazy that because I've worked in trades a little bit as far as like actual trades, like construction trades, and it's like, dude, it's actually getting scary because those trades are going to be so valuable in about 10 to 15 years.
Crazy.
All these like older men that have done it their whole life, they're retiring and they have nobody to pass their business on to.
Yeah.
No one wants to do it.
My cousin,
it's so crazy.
My first cousin is an electrician. He will probably make
so much money.
More money than any of us.
Yeah.
Crazy.
As an electrician.
Unless we blow up as artists or something. Yeah. But it's because like you will never not have a job.
No, yeah.
And the other thing is he's going to build up a business
plumbing,
from it.
Yeah. Like everything. It's actually insane.
Yeah.
Gotta get on my plumbing, bro.
Yeah. No, it's great. Like it's actually plumbing. Like you're going to make bank.
For sure.
But to answer the question, I think YouTube helped me a lot when I knew nothing.
Yeah.
Taught me all the basics. As of recently,
it still teaches me.
Because there's so much I don't understand.
Anytime I get a plugin I don't know how to use, YouTube.
Yeah. But as of
incredible.
recently, in like the last 6 months to a year, finding people who know more than me has done way more for me than YouTube.
Right.
It's really hard to find YouTube videos
because you can ask
specific
questions.
Things.
Yeah.
So
finding audio engineers, finding producers who've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah. I paid this guy $100 to teach me everything he knew about mixing for like an hour and a half, and it was 100% the best investment I've ever made. Now I mix all my own music. I've dropped like 15 songs. Let's say it's $100 a mix, which would be crazy cheap.
That's insanely cheap.
$1,500, bro, that I've saved off of an hour of teaching.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's really good.
I think one of the best decisions I ever made was I sat down with a vocal coach, and in an hour I learned so much that just how to sing, and it actually like since that moment you can like look at the growth from that, and it's just like I'm obviously still not the best singer, but like this is the crazy thing about when it comes to like success, and when you look at the end of your day, and it's like if you want to be successful, it's not going to be a big jump 99% of the time, but it's just like at the end of the day, can you sit down and be like, am I better? Did I do everything that I possibly can today? Am I better than I was yesterday? Did I accomplish something like today that that maybe I'm not looking back and like, whoa, what a huge jump, but it's like a step. It's like going up a staircase.
Right.
And it's just like, if you're taking that step every day, that's what really matters.
Yeah. I think the discipline to be better every single day over the course of a long period of time is something that, that's the reason why not everyone's famous, why not everyone is great at what they do. It's not because these people like learned all this in a week and put in crazy amounts of they put in 15, 20, 30, 45, an hour a day, 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
And the more that you do something, the more you want to do it because you fall in love with it.
Right.
If you start something 15 minutes a day, you're going to naturally want to, if it's playing guitar, I'm going to commit to, they say 18 minutes a day actually is like the newest thing. If you do something 18 minutes a day for a year, you're better than 98% of the world at it.
It's a
insane. Crazy stat.
Yeah.
But it's like also.
Wish I could do push-ups for 18 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. But also if I'm playing guitar 18 minutes a day and I actually don't ever miss that, by day 15, 20, when I'm better and better.
Let's do 18.
I'm also gonna be like
365.
playing for probably more than 18 minutes.
It's 6,570 minutes.
Just probably very minimal compared to your overall year.
Divided by 24.
Right.
That's no, I didn't.
No, multiplied by.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know.
Multiplied
Too late
by
now.
24 times 365.
I already messed it up. Shout out Apple calculators.
Can't do a step back.
Yep.
You can't redo.
That's the worst.
You can't save your work, bro. That's what's so annoying.
Apple is the greatest tech company probably on the face of the planet, and can't make a good calculator.
I feel like they got it, bro.
They probably have it. Those developers, they got the developer accounts. They got crazy calculators.
What artist?
They're doing.
Next question. What artist do you think will blow up in the next 3 years besides Graham? That's the obvious question.
Graham.
Bet on yourself, boys.
Myself.
I would bet on you.
What are we saying is blow up?
Blow up like
how many monthly listeners?
Maybe top 200 in the world.
Wow.
Like a moment. Like Jake would be the most recent, probably.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big.
That's a big blow up.
Do you have anyone that you think might blow up?
Glow up. That we know personally or just in general?
I mean, David Kushner seems like he's on his way.
David Kushner, but that's too late. You didn't say it fast enough. Already happened.
I'm trying to think of somebody.
Speaking of Jake, didn't Jake say that album was going to be his first and his last album?
I watched the Instagram live where he said that. Like I watched him say it.
I think he'll drop another one.
I hope he does.
I mean, it was so successful.
It was so, but he was so like he said it so matter of factly. He was like, "This is my first and last album," and I was like, maybe, did I hear him right? And he said it multiple times.
Probably made enough to just quit. So
he could retire.
That would be crazy.
You can, but if music is what you like love to do, maybe he's just gonna produce and write for other people, which is something he's done for a long time before.
Maybe,
but
that's so crazy, bro.
It's wild. I could never.
Did you see when he was?
I think it'd be cool to say, who is it that does this? The greatest probably movie director ever, Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah,
like 10 projects. He like said from the beginning, I'm only doing 10. That's cool. Mm-hmm. And it also caps out like you're not gonna be one of those artists that's like dragging out your career and people are like, bro, just hang it up already. Your prime was behind you.
Dude, Quentin Tarantino is such a he's a weird guy. He talks weird.
That's a weird man.
He has weird energy. It's just
creative genius, but a weird man.
Yeah. What do you think is the best movie he's ever done?
I don't really watch a lot of
Django Unchained is one of my favorite movies ever. It's hard to watch, but it's one of my favorite movies.
Why is it hard to watch?
I mean, any like slave movie is hard for me to watch, especially like with the way that they like portrayed it in that movie. But I thought it was fire.
Did you ever see Jamie Foxx talking about how
like him and
Quentin Tarantino's conversation?
Oh, I remember seeing a lot of stuff about Leonardo DiCaprio on like saying the N-word and how hard it was for him to like play that character.
Dude, I can't imagine. That would just be the most like tense room.
Yeah.
You think? Dude, have you know the scene where like he's bleeding? Like that wasn't.
It wasn't yeah, it was unscripted.
He like actually like.
Have you seen the movie? There's a scene.
You never seen this movie?
Nah, bro.
It's one of the best movies.
So there's a scene. You've probably seen a meme from it, but he like slams his hand down on the table and cuts it on a plate or something, and it starts bleeding.
Like
but he's
like he like sliced like it's a gash.
But he's like he stays acting the whole time, and like in the movie, it looks like it was supposed to be part of it, but it happened in real life, and all the characters just like stayed in character, and it's like a very like crazy monologue too. Like it's not like a.
It's one of like the key moments in the movie.
He never just broke character, never, and that was the take they kept. It's wild.
Jeez, bro. Who do you think is? Who's your favorite actor? Let me ask this again. Who is your favorite actor, and who do you think is the actor that's the most influential?
Ever?
Yeah. Do you think there's somebody that's more influential than?
I don't watch enough.
Really?
I feel like it'd be easier to say influential, like directors, maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Actors is just.
Who's your favorite actor and why? Let me ask you that. Who's your favorite actor? My favorite
personal actor is Will Smith.
Will Smith?
Yeah, I grew up watching the reruns of Fresh Prince. They were just always on in the summer.
Oh yeah,
and then
I
obviously
own the whole series and watch it.
Yeah, so I quote that show. And then movies. I mean, he's a great actor. I wouldn't say I think he's the best actor. I don't think I would.
I think he's a great actor. I think he's a great actor, and he has some good movies. but like subjectively, like everything to the side. What are like his best movies?
My favorite Will Smith movie is 7 Pounds.
What?
It's the saddest.
That's your favorite one? Are you addicted to sadness?
Actually, that's my second favorite.
You like Pursuit of Happiness?
Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh my God, I knew you were gonna say that.
Well, I forgot for a second. Huh?
It's a beautiful movie.
Pursuit of Happiness? It's an amazing movie.
Yeah, it is.
I don't care how bad it is. I'll always nostalgic. I'll always love
Shark Tale.
No, yes. I Am Legend. People hate on I Am Legend if they didn't grow up watching it because there's a lot of plot holes. The graphics aren't the best. I love that movie. Hitch is a great Will Smith movie.
Hitch is a good one. I think his comedy ones are definitely better.
Comedy is really good. I'm trying to think if there's definitely I Love iRobot. It's probably another one that gets hated on now, but
yeah, that one I just watched that one for the first time. It's pretty mid-eroni.
But if that's another one that's like if you grew up watching it, it's a classic.
Yeah, but that's like you're going off nostalgia.
Yeah. So is the question what's his best movie or my favorite? Because I've definitely answered my favorite.
No,
I think Pursuit of Happiness is his best movie. I don't know what would be better than that.
Should we do?
I think
Best
After
Actor?
Earth is his best.
That was a money grab.
That was such a money grab.
That was a money grab.
It was poorly
Can you
written,
watch
bro.
shows? Can you watch TV shows like that? You know the quality's bad and the budget's low.
TV shows are different than movies. They feel different. There's so much time for you to get invested into characters that I can move past bad acting. I can't
bad
move.
acting is by far the worst thing in any show ever.
No. This is 100% a universal experience thing. Almost every TV show has worse acting than movies.
For sure.
But
yeah.
if it's well written and good character development, it's almost like you get immersed into the world of the show that you forget.
But all the good shows have good acting, and there's just name a
like
show that has
of good acting for sure. But
no, like
also
name show.
acting.
Okay, name some of the
most
best shows.
popular shows in the world right now. Outer Banks has some terrible acting.
It does, bro.
Yeah, that's so terrible.
A lot of these movies, but it's just good plot lines, good writing.
Good plot lines, good writing. You connect with the characters because you're spending however many hours watching them when you're binge watching these shows.
I think Outer Banks is overrated. I think the first season was incredible. I think the second season was and I loved the first season. The vibe, like the feeling that you get the first season. I'm like, yo,
that's almost.
I feel like
show.
I was there.
I think that's almost every show.
Yeah, but there's shows that get better and there's shows that don't.
Yeah, there are. There are shows that get better.
And I don't think Outer Banks has gotten any better.
I think season 3 was the worst.
The worst one.
And it started so rough, but it finished really well, I think. In my opinion. I thought it finished well. It just started bad. I almost quit it.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ever watch like dub movies, like where it's in a different language and
I watched
English voiceover?
I watched Squid Games and that was dubbed over.
I couldn't watch Squid Games because of that.
A lot of
I watched maybe 2 or 3 episodes.
That stuff doesn't bother me anymore. Like
really?
After the first, bro, I watched.
It doesn't bother me once I've watched.
I couldn't watch Money Heist either. I tried.
Bro, I didn't pick up on it till like two episodes in.
Really?
I thought you were about to say 2 seasons.
I was so invested into it, and I was
day
watching
you were
like
just
episode 2, bro, and I was like, "Yo, the words aren't lined up."
Here's the other deal, though. I love anime.
I never.
I just can't get into it.
I've
Story
seen
writing is so good.
I've seen My Hero Academia or whatever. My Hero Academy. However you say it.
My Hero. I just call it My Hero because I don't want to mess up the last word.
But there's not a lot of. That's more like a friend of mine that pressured me into watching it, and I enjoyed it. Just someone from no one you know. So it's like I enjoyed watching it, but on my own, I would never I just didn't really get into it.
Attack on Titan is one of the best shows.
That's one of the best shows ever.
One of the best written shows I've ever seen in my life.
I watched a couple seasons
so
of
good.
Naruto.
I have to. Naruto was literally my profile picture for a while. I actually know the whole storyline of Naruto. I just have never actually watched. Dude, there's how many? Like 700 episodes? I could be wrong. It's hundreds of episodes.
That's a lot.
And there's just an insane amount of episodes that nothing happens.
Yeah.
Like they're literally like you can look up filler episodes and nothing happens in those. You can watch one, skip that episode, and watch the next one, and you won't miss anything.
It's crazy.
It's the same with Dragon Ball. It's stupid.
Yeah. I'm just not a big anime person. I don't hate on it, but
I never really got into
I feel like if there was a show that I just took the time to watch all the way through that was like Attack on Titan, I'd probably love it, but I never have.
Yeah, that's crazy. I took Eli Wilson to go watch a Demon Slayer movie, and I was trying to explain to him, like, the plot, and like,
I don't know.
I've never tried to explain an anime before, but it made me sound so crazy. You're like the biggest nerd ever. I was like, here's the deal, guys. They have this crazy power sword, and he hits you, and then you like, you know what I mean? Like, and then the magic princess comes in, and like, it was just like, he like kept making fun of me the whole time. But I was like, if you watch the show, it makes sense, and it's not as lame. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, I feel like that's like if you met someone who had never seen or heard like any of the Marvel movies, and you tried to explain it to them, it'd sound really corny. Yeah. So, well, like there's this one guy from another planet who flies with a cape and he holds a hammer and he can strike you with lightning. That sounds
sounds crazy.
Very whack.
Cool, bro.
Yeah,
who's the best?
He was homeschooled.
Who's the best? What's the best Marvel movie?
Bro, Captain America,
Civil
Winter
War?
Soldier, one with Bucky, right?
Yeah.
That joint was crazy.
What? That's the best one?
That's my favorite.
The best one or
best.
your favorite?
I mean, same thing, bro.
I like Civil War probably better than Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I would say Civil War over Winter Soldier. Although Winter Soldier was pivotal and it was great.
I just remember watching Winter Soldier in theater, bro. Like, never felt that way about it.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
There were like multiple Marvel movies in a row that were like that for me.
Iron Man 1 and 2 is so good. Like, I just went and watched it.
I didn't watch them till like late. So
I just went and watched them again and I was just like, wow. Robert Downey Jr. is a goat.
I think easily Guardians of the Galaxy is the best.
Dude, new one comes out
Marvel
on
movie.
Friday or Thursday.
I know.
The best.
So excited.
The best.
The best?
The best Marvel movie ever made is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume
The first
1.
one?
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't argue that. Are we just talking about MCU?
It feels very different, but that's why. Like especially when it first came out, that was the first it was like Marvel's first crack at comedy. But it was also serious.
I think that's why it just didn't have enough like substance to feel.
Substance?
No,
it
like
so
like
much
weight to it, bro. I don't know. It felt too.
It's a part of.
Funny?
It's a plot.
It's
builder.
a comedy movie.
It was a plot.
They did
builder.
it well. It's a great movie, but I couldn't call it the best.
This one. My prediction is this one will have a lot of substance. This third one, because they have to wrap up the series.
Maybe from the trailer, it looks like it's even funnier and less.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Well, they're gonna. I mean, you have to deal with everyone loved Gamora and Star-Lord together,
right? And now it's a completely different person, like a different.
It's literally a different person, and I think that'll have some. Well, I don't know. I think
Marvel.
Wait, what do you mean by substance, though? Let's talk about the opening scene. Is his mom dying of cancer?
That's the first one.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's my favorite one.
That's what I'm saying. But he said it lacks substance as far as
I don't think it. I just think
that's such a
it's
crazy.
Less serious.
Yeah,
it's harder to take serious.
I mean. Yeah, it doesn't. It feels more on the comedy side.
Like a movie like Deadpool or something.
I think Chris Pratt
like,
hasn't been acting
moments.
as good in the last couple ones though as Star-Lord. Has anyone else noticed that? Like compared to the first one, he just feels, and maybe it's on purpose because Gamora's gone, but he feels like a shell of Star-Lord.
Yeah, I mean,
do you think did you see the Christmas special?
Star-Lord.
I did not. Did not watch the Christmas special.
What?
Star-Lord. I did not.
The Christmas
I'm gonna
special.
Be honest,
it
bro.
didn't even feel.
I'm not. I feel like Marvel fell off.
Oh, 100 Eternals. Oh,
I didn't even see it.
I didn't hate it, but I think it.
No, I was so. Don't say that.
I was not one of the people
you.
that immediately took to Twitter and Instagram like this is the worst movie Marvel's ever made. But I don't
get my opinions from Twitter. I get my opinions from myself.
I wasn't saying you.
No, I was just telling you that it was. I
watched it
so bad,
and it's the fly buzzer. I watched it. I sat in a theater. I love going to theaters and experiencing movies, and I enjoyed the experience.
You never invite me.
I didn't think it was a good Marvel movie.
I can't go to a superhero movie without some of the boys. Like, there's this one kid that I've grown up with.
I have a great
movie,
podcast question.
Okay.
Is it cool or okay to go to a movie by yourself?
I've never done that.
I've done it. I've done it before.
I've done that.
You couldn't find one friend, bro.
I had a teacher in 7th grade who told me he told our whole class, he was like, here's a list of things that you like before you're an adult or as an adult, every one of you needs to try these. And like the number one on the list was go to a movie by yourself.
The number one?
It's a crazy experience.
Why?
You
just got like sucked into it?
It's just like a very independent thing to do. And if it's a movie that's like you enjoy, it's like a very relaxing experience.
I've done it on when I was on a vacation and I went and I was like, it was very relaxing.
I'm a big movie person too.
But
though,
I
so if movies aren't your
enjoy
thing,
the feeling of doing it on my own because to me, there's nothing like something crazy happening in a movie and you turn. And you're like, you have that charisma, like, or like that feeling of like just either something crazy. What's the one movie where they get all these like I don't know, like lower class people, they bring them to this island and like the rich people hunt them. Have you seen that? It was an insane start. So you know the girl that acts in Nerve, the movie Nerve?
Yeah.
Okay, so she was
the
like
mixed girl. Is that what you're talking about?
The mixed girl?
Or am I thinking of a different
No,
show?
it was Nerve is the one where
with Franco, the Franco brother, Dave Franco. I know what movie you're talking about.
Okay, so yes, so that girl, this is actually insane. And if you haven't watched that movie, or I actually don't even know what movie I'm talking about. I'm gonna try to look it up.
The cover is like on the motorcycle of Nerve.
No, that's Nerve. I'm not talking about Nerve. I'm talking about another movie. But I need to look it up.
Kind of sounds like Hunger Games, but I know that's not what you're talking about.
Movie that rich people hunt.
The greatest in theater experience I've ever. Well, actually, it's
the last Spider-Man. That was the best.
I was gonna say it's a toss up between Spider-Man.
It's just called The Hunt, and it's a.
Oh, I know it. I've never seen it.
Okay, so in the movie The Hunt, the girl that plays in Nerve, I don't remember her name right now, but she was marketed to be the main character.
Okay.
And like in all the trailers, she was in like the trailer's a minute long. She was in 45
wasn't the
seconds.
Main character.
Dude, 6 minutes into the movie, as soon as it starts,
she dies.
She's like, no, she's like going around or whatever, and like you just think that everyone's safe, bro. Bullet from the back of the head through her face, and her head explodes.
No.
In the first like 6 minutes of the movie.
That's a wild marketing.
And then
I'd be tuned in.
The next character, boom, like legs get chopped off, and you like see like it's like graphic. Like it was like one of the. It was like when I think it came out when I had just turned 18 or 19. My parents like, all right, you can like. I mean, actually, I don't know. I've probably definitely seen movies before that, but it was like when I went to the movies and I was like experiencing
Game
with my
of Thrones
friends.
in one movie.
It was main characters just graphic.
Dying.
Is that what happens in Game of Thrones?
Yeah, that's
like
main
characters die.
Like I think the third season, maybe one of the biggest characters that you've been following the whole time just dies, and then that becomes a trend for the rest of the show.
Weird.
It's like
That's like The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
The Walking Dead by the end of it's the worst. I actually was so mad that they killed. Anyways, no. So it's just like the craziest feeling because all of them, the main characters, are just gone, and then you finally get to the main, like 7 main characters in like it was like condensed in like 10 minutes.
Wow.
And then like they finally like survive. It's pretty nuts. It's a good movie though, but the first 10 minutes obviously just have so like I remember I jumped onto the person next to me like when stuff was happening. It was so like, but like that's what I'm saying. That moment in the theater. I wouldn't trade that for just like being by myself.
I'll never forget.
I think it also depends on the movie.
In the theater.
No Way Home, bro. The theater erupting
People were like
when Daredevil came on the screen, when when the two Spider-Mans, when they walked onto the screen, bro.
When Andrew walked in, it was big, but when Toby showed up, bro, my theater that I was in,
I think everybody's
went
just like that.
nuts.
Okay, let's rank. We're gonna rank the Spider-Man, right?
Oh
We're gonna do the best Spider-Man, best movie, and best villains. So who's the best Spider-Man in order?
I think you have to break this down.
I'm gonna go. Best Spider-Man is Andrew, then Toby, then Tom Holland.
That's
They're all great.
Wild.
Okay.
That's wild.
Best movies, Toby.
First of all, the creator of the character said that Tom Holland is exactly what he envisioned for Spider-Man.
No, I agree. It's the most it's the closest to the comics.
Yeah.
But that has nothing to do with the best Spider-Man. Just because their creator envisioned them
Are we
that way.
talking about movies or Spider-Man?
We're talking about Spider-Man. Like, who played Spider-Man
movies.
the best? Who played Spider-Man, not according to the comments, just what was the most enjoyable. And that would be Andrew Garfield.
Think Tom Holland.
So what's your list? Tom, and then who?
But also, when I said I think you have to break this down, I think Tom Holland is the best Peter Parker, which is why he embodies the character of this. Like, he's the only one that actually looks like a high school student when the show starts.
Yeah.
The rest of them are literally grown men.
They are, yeah.
He's got the awkward nervousness down to a T. Like, it is nailed.
Yeah.
I think Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire's like Spider-Man might be better. I think Tobey has the best movies.
Toby has, that's what I'm saying. Andrew,
I think Andrew is
Tobey,
the best
and
in
then
the
Tom.
suit, but I think Tom is by far, like, he is Peter Parker.
No, I can agree with that.
That's why I say I think you have to break it down.
Okay, yeah. But okay.
But if we're just ranking
overall
movies,
best Spider-Man, best movies, it's for sure Toby.
I think
number one.
I think it's Tobey.
Then Tom, and then Andrew. I would say.
I would say No Way Home is the best Spider-Man movie, probably,
Well, yeah, just that everyone.
because it's just like.
Yeah, that doesn't
freaking-
count. Yeah.
But
doesn't
I would
count.
say Tobey, Tom, and
Here's the deal, bro. Andrew just got the worst movies. Like they cheesed him with the villains so bad.
yeah.
It was terrible.
Graham knows so much about this
I
topic.
know. I've only seen the Tom Holland movies, bro.
He's so uncultured.
I am, bro. I really.
It's honestly.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't even looked over here in like 30 minutes.
I don't have anything
bro.
to say,
My
bro.
bad.
But like more than like it's just impressive.
I didn't think No Way Home was that crazy, bro. But I
No,
also,
it doesn't. Yeah,
but I didn't.
You don't
like,
know.
I didn't
You don't
understand.
know.
Yeah,
That's
like
what
an
I'm saying.
entire
You don't know what
life
you're saying.
of-
I didn't have like the nostalgia.
like one of
and,
the first movies I ever remember watching growing up was Tobey's Spider-Man.
I think it was great
So
for a
good.
lot of people because it was like a full circle thing.
For sure.
And I didn't really have that.
for
That's
sure.
so insane, bro. Well, I feel like I can wrap this up probably, right?
We haven't talked about
What do you want to talk about?
sex yet.
We can talk about sex.
Wow.
What do you want to talk about sex?
Just kidding.
We're all
Yeah, we probably
underqualified
have
to talk about
so
this.
much to
I'm
say.
so qualified.
You're about to have a lot to say, my boy.
I'm so qualified.
Yeah.
You're not gonna dap me up. Come on, you know you want to dap.
I've got a PhD.
I got a
PhD
PhD in conspiracy. Oh no.
Just kidding. I'm a
I
virgin.
think TikTok made me do it. It
I
got
make
me acting
decisions
out
off
of character
digital
foolish. Bro, I love that
I
song.
make decisions off.
That's my favorite Graham. That's my
favorite.
favorite. I don't know if it's the best, but it's my favorite Graham song.
It's
Wow.
the best Graham song.
Wow.
The
Really?
second half of that hook, unreal.
Wow.
I love the verse, bro. The verse is so sick.
Especially, I agree. Especially
So
that one part.
bro. He's just talking about all the stuff he wrote.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to notice.
No,
Bro,
I
like
don't
the
know.
second half of the hook is crazy. I make decisions off of digital movements.
I definitely didn't write that.
Do you know
That sounds
what it
such
means
like a
to be
Coop line.
human?
Cause I don't.
I don't. I
Uh,
need a
PhD
PhD.
in.
Different income streams and these memes.
Do you guys think that sad music helps sad people, or do you think it keeps them sad? Keeps them in a sad state of mind.
I think
Bro,
it helps.
I have no idea.
I think it
Really?
helps.
You have
I
nothing to say
no
on that?
idea, bro. I feel like I listen to happy music when I'm sad. I listen to sad music. I don't even know. I don't even know what off personal experience, bro. I feel
Graham
like
is. I was talking to Rylan about this actually last time. Graham is just a vibe, and like nothing can get.
let's go.
Nothing
Graham's a
can
vibe.
break Graham. Like he's just
like
he just is like, yeah.
I listen to
sounds
sad
good.
music. I listen to happy music, and I'm
He's
just
like,
me.
I
the whole
don't
time.
get sad.
I'm
Like,
constant.
yeah, I'm
Just
perfect.
The vibe.
Life's good.
Life.
That's
is
what I'm
good.
saying, bro.
Well,
Graham's so unbothered. by
Graham is a
anything
little
in life.
yachty.
It's bro. There's so many things in
Life
life
is
you can't
good.
control. I just don't
So
feel like
many
it's stressing.
things that you can't control, man. Life is good.
Life is good. Life is good.
I didn't even listen to music till I was 19, and now I'm the biggest producer in the space. Life is good.
I love Graham.
I didn't even
so
know I
much.
could sing, and now I have the coolest tone ever. Life is good.
He's
I
not
love
lying.
your impression, bro.
He's not
I
lying.
didn't write a song. I didn't
I think-
write a song till I was like 20, and now I'm like the best songwriter on TikTok.
It's not true.
I think sad music helps sad people because it helps them this is my experience. I can't speak for everybody, but my experience with sad music is that it's helped me actually figure out how I'm feeling in a lot of ways. Because I have, when things happen in my life, I bottle it up and I have moved past it. Like I'm not an overthinker. I'm an underthinker. And I'm like, and then I just have this ball of emotion on the inside. And so it used to be listening to sad music. Now it's making like the music, and it helps me. Like how long was I in that?
You had a therapy session.
I had 2 therapy sessions yesterday. Yeah, and we were doing a challenge.
Okay, I want to tell this story.
Yeah, okay, you can tell the story.
We're doing a challenge.
Yeah.
Can we make 4 songs in 45 minutes?
Yeah.
And it didn't have to be fully fleshed out songs. Basically, write the hook,
yeah.
moved on to the next one. Jude gets in the studio about the second song.
The first one. It was the third.
It was song 3. We were pushing it on time.
Yeah, we were. It was close.
We were pushing on time already.
We had 17 minutes left to write 2 more hooks, but we had like start of an idea for the third one. I was like, let me just see if I can come up with anything.
So Jude goes in the studio, cuts all the lights off, because this is a very emotional beat. No. Graham's like, oh shoot, this man spends the next hour minimum. There was like 83 takes, bro.
83, bro.
He spends the next hour. Completely dark booth.
I forgot where I was.
Broke my heart.
Come on, bro.
Bro, you literally were like, you broke my heart.
I remember the day.
We wouldn't hear a line for like the next 5 seconds, bro.
Like you'd let it breathe, bro. You let it. It was like so profound what you were saying that you'd be like, and I don't miss you, but I still miss you. It was like
the whole time, bro. We're like, was that hard or was that?
No, some
weird,
of it was
bro?
actually crazy though.
Yeah,
and then
some of it, yeah.
But by take 82, you're just like,
but
if you
don't have anything,
like 83 takes, you better have had something good in there.
Oh my god, that's so crazy.
So yeah,
no, I legit like time moves slow when you're in that room down there.
Yeah,
it really does. It's so sick.
It's like COVID time.
Yeah, I would agree.
Bro, I get hyped to record, bro. I start getting.
I know this might be like.
Graham starts shaking.
I know this might be controversial, but I loved quarantine. I'm an introvert, like naturally.
I think I did too. I think like I will admit that that's like a very privileged thing for me to say because I loved quarantine.
No, yeah.
I think for some people it probably, like for a lot of people it sucked.
No, I'm not saying was quarantine bad overall, was it good overall?
No, I know. I just wanted to
Can we talk about the political,
like,
economical state of the world?
Right now.
Not doing that.
But me personally, I am an introvert.
Yeah,
I can be very introverted.
I think if you make music, you got
I made music
I wouldn't
every
be
day.
making music if it wasn't for quarantine.
Really?
Wow.
I started singing in quarantine. I made more songs than I ever did. Yeah. I had nothing else to do, so I just made a bad decision. It turned to a good one.
So many people started hobbies and things though in quarantine, and some of them stuck with them. So many people started podcasts,
businesses, everything, bro.
I kind of, even now looking back though, it's like it's hard for me to imagine them doing that again. But like it could happen. Like that's what's crazy.
Yeah, shutting
the world down.
Yeah, it's wild.
I was at John Michael's house, and I was like trying to convince my mom.
Seriously,
when the quarantine first started, and I was like, and my mom was like, I don't want you to be away for 2 weeks. We don't know what's going on. And I'm just like, Mom, I would much rather be trapped with John Michael than be trapped with my family. And then, but like just no one knew what was going on, and we didn't know if my flight was gonna get canceled. Bro, I flew home. I stepped in my house, and I didn't have interaction with another human being because Michigan was shut down for like 2.5 to 3 months.
Yeah,
crazy.
It was just as long as New York and California.
I've never done more yard work in my life.
I've never taken as many drives as I have.
I don't even remember what I did.
Yeah.
And it was
and we had to take it more seriously too, because obviously we don't have the information about it like we do now. And bro, the media just ate up fear. It was crazy. But like we didn't have the information on COVID that we did, and so my grandma lives with us, so we had to still like take it very seriously.
For sure.
And which is obviously the right decision, but it was just like, bro, it's like a lot of it sucked. Yeah. It was terrible. But a lot of it I'm so grateful for, because it's like I am in music now because of it. I like get to do something that I love every day, and like my whole life legit changed. But honestly,
you wouldn't know me.
I wouldn't have known you. I wouldn't have been friends with Graham.
You'd still be a virgin.
I was like, I had to think in my brain. I was like,
you're like, bro, what happened?
Yeah, I was like, yo,
I was just trying to think of the most.
I must have really been sleeping. Must have taken too much melatonin. What did you do to me?
Huh?
What?
What? It's gonna be a 3-hour podcast. I did a cool one earlier. I can't do it again. It was perfect.
Oh man,
perfect. Oh my gosh.
How long did we? This has been pretty long, honestly.
We got to be up in like 3 hours.
Dude, we might as well pull an all-nighter.
Oh, bro.
I'm just kidding.
You don't want to do.
You don't want to do that, do you?
I don't really know, bro. I might.
Is that what's worse? But you do have school though.
No, I won't get back in time for school.
So how much time would you have to recover? What's worse, pulling an all-nighter or going to sleep now and waking up at 4?
I think pulling it all. Well, I think you have to have some rest, but at that point, like the amount of sleep that, like 4 hours of sleep or underneath, I don't think it matters if you're sleeping or not sleeping.
I'll sleep on the plane, bro.
Can you sleep on the plane pretty good?
I think if I haven't slept in 18, 20
Well, like, do you
hours,
normally sleep on the plane, or
No.
you normally? Yeah.
But I'll be fine.
I can't. I just flew an 8-hour flight and I did not sleep
Yeah, I can't.
through the night. And
I
I
usually got
couldn't sleep.
headphones on, so I'm usually making beats.
Yeah.
You actually made beats on the plane?
Yeah, like the whole time.
Yeah, he does.
Or I play
Or he
2045,
plays
bro.
2045.
That's crazy.
I write the whole time.
Really?
Because I've tried to sleep and I can't sleep on the plane.
That's why I listen to my music the most, because I can't sit still and like watch a
I
show.
always forget to download a bunch of music before.
You
So
go
like
through all the
right before
files.
we're flying out, I'll like download a few albums.
plane's
taking
off.
I catch a playlist. I hit a playlist, and if you get a Spotify playlist, it'll like load
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
most of the songs.
Do you ever put your phone on airplane mode? Be honest.
Yeah, I do every time.
I don't think I've ever put my phone on airplane.
Wow, you're the
Ever.
reason we almost.
There's
crashed.
just no. There's no.
The reason
to
what?
anymore.
Nothing's happened.
I don't think anything. I don't know about, but I
There's-
always do it.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never done it.
I get
I'm
it.
usually
I do it
trying
because
to
I get rid of
download
ads,
stuff
bro.
mid-flight. As
A lot of these like airplane games be giving me ads.
Oh, so you want to have no service?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can't even use it, I might as well turn it off. Maybe save some battery.
Yeah.
I remember when it used to be more serious. Remember, because like when we were kids, it was actually a really big deal.
I really didn't. Only memory I have of flying when I was younger. I went to Disney World once, but I was not like I never got on flights.
Well, I remember one time the flight, like my mom was on the phone. It was like a really important call, like something was going on with her family, and like she literally couldn't hang up. And the flight attendant was being like super rude to my mom, and she was like, I mean, I can like tell the pilot to turn the plane around before we take off if you want. And then my mom
Because of airplane mode?
because yeah, she never phone on airplane mode.
How did they know?
I like because my mom was like sitting on her phone.
They just didn't.
And they were just
Like using service.
no. My mom was on like literally on the phone. That's what it was.
That's crazy.
And then she's like I mean, I need like 2 seconds. I'm almost done.
I just don't know. Like, I've never crashed and died because of it.
I would assume so.
I mean, flying is safer than driving. We all know that. So
Yeah, but that's a weird statistic. That statistic doesn't make sense when people say stuff like that.
it 100% makes sense because you have a higher chance of dying on the road than you do flying.
Yeah, because you drive in a car every single day.
Hmm?
The statistics
No.
are.
I'm saying this.
If you crash in a plane,
I'm not talking about an every day. I'm talking about if you're taking a trip. You're taking a trip. You have a higher chance. I'm not talking about every day. I'm talking about
but that's
let's
like
drive
saying,
to Atlanta.
like when people say you have a higher chance of getting struck by lightning than being bitten by a shark. Well, I live in Oklahoma. There's not an ocean for.
That's
But
not what we're
they're
talking
saying
about.
that
This
if
is
you're
different.
if you are standing in an ocean,
Is
or
that
you're
what they're
standing in
saying,
a
or are they
storm-
looking at the percentages of people being bitten by sharks and hit by
No,
lightning? And saying
this
that's
is
the
this is.
percentage?
Can I explain it? This is what they're
Well, that's
talking
what they're
about. This is
saying.
what I'm talking about. We're not talking about traveling every day. We're talking about
You're
you
trying
have
to get too deep into
we
this.
have
No,
to. Yeah.
it is a
That's just where his
statistic.
brain goes.
Sure,
but this
a
is
shark
this is
is-
what I'm trying to say. It's not an everyday thing. It's you have to take a trip. We have to drive to Oklahoma City right now. Sorry,
Right.
we have to take a trip to Oklahoma City. The only things they're talking about is that drive to Oklahoma City or that flight to Oklahoma City, and you have a higher chance of dying on the road driving there than you do flying there, because that's how little.
That's because
planes.
there are like 20 million people on the road.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
That's the part of it.
But the other thing about, like, people will say that to statistic and say that means that driving is more dangerous. Like, if I crash in a plane, I'm going to die.
True, but you're probably
If I crash in a car, there's a really high chance I'm going to survive.
I don't know. I don't think they're not saying that because it's more dangerous. They're just making that statement.
I think people say the statistic, and then because of it, other people hear that.
I think people say that because people are like, I'm scared to fly because I think I'm going to die, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, well, you actually have a higher chance of dying in the car.
Yeah, because you get in a car every single day.
If
that one trip, what are you not understanding? It's that one trip that they're talking about.
How do you know that that's the stat, that they're saying the one trip?
Because that's what that means.
I've never seen them say, if you took one trip. Like, the stat is literally just you have a higher percentage in your life.
I think it's just every day there's a certain amount of car crashes, probably, right?
Mm-hmm. No,
because
saying,
every day people are getting in a car.
Okay, let me ask you this.
So wait, do you actually think it's safer to drive than fly?
I'm saying the statistic.
If you and me are going to OKC right now,
I'm saying the statistic is skewed.
I don't know how they do.
But it's still true. It doesn't matter if it's skewed or not.
I don't know
it's
how
still
they
true.
make the statistic.
I'm not saying it's not true. I'm saying what it's implying is not what you think it is. Just like with the shark and the lightning.
That's you really different, though.
You have a higher chance of getting struck by lightning than getting bit by a shark.
Mm-hmm.
Because 90% of people don't live anywhere near an ocean.
This is such a
But people don't think about that when they're hearing a statistic like that. They're just like someone will tell you if you're going to the ocean, oh, don't be scared. You literally have a higher chance of being struck by lightning. But that's not today. That's in your lifetime. Everybody in life, you have a higher percentage of being struck by lightning than being. Same thing with cars. You drive a car every single day. Cars are very dangerous. You have a higher chance of getting a car crash because there's people around you all the time, constantly. When you're flying, you're by yourself in the middle of the air. You're not near anybody. But as far as just what's more dangerous, if you were to get in a plane crash versus if you were to get in a car crash, it's not even close.
Yeah, for sure.
So
but
like when people say
crashing is way less.
Sure, because there's way less traffic.
Exactly.
Like, there's a reason why. That's the statistic
there's 100%.
is not.
There's a reason, but we're just saying. I think it's safer to fly than to drive, depending on.
I have a new segment I would like to ask you guys.
I feel like I definitely have valid points though.
No, for sure.
Like, people hear a statistic and they have no idea what it's actually implying.
Yeah. I am going to. I think you guys already know who's in the top 10, so I'm not going to ask you that. But I'm gonna say an artist, and then you're gonna give me the first word that comes to your guys' head.
Okay.
Do I have to say it immediately?
Yeah. Like, it has to be like
it's gonna be unfiltered.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna say an artist, and you
guys
guys
are friends of ours.
No. These are the top artists in the world.
Good.
Wow.
I'm gonna say an artist, and you guys are gonna say the first thing that comes to your head. You ready to go? The Weeknd.
Blinding Lights.
It has to be something describing them.
To be honest, bro, the first word that came to my head was copycat.
Oh,
copycat.
Wow.
But I didn't want to say
Jackson?
it out loud.
I would have said
it just sounds
80s.
way too similar to me, bro. And it's 80s music, and he sounds like Michael Jackson.
Crazy.
Sorry.
Taylor Swift.
Great songwriter.
Okay. Ed Sheeran.
Songwriter.
Guitar.
Loops.
Miley Cyrus.
Incredible voice.
Party in the USA.
Yeah.
She has
That's all
Climb.
I think about.
She has an underrated voice. Like, right now.
Does
her voice,
she?
Yes, bro.
Under?
Voice,
she's the top 4 artist in the world right now.
Maybe not underrated, but
She's number 4.
Underrated
What song
might
does
not
she
be
have right
right.
now? It's going crazy.
Flowers.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
underrated is not the right word.
Rihanna.
Sure. Incredible.
I don't even know, bro. I didn't have anything come to
I said
head.
incredible, but incredible.
Incredible means hot, or just
No,
okay.
her music is
Shakira.
Overhyped.
Latin.
Overhyped. Really?
I think she's better, more of a entertainer.
On the top
she's a
right now?
much better entertainer than she is an artist as far as music.
I don't know.
She'd be a great concert to go to.
Yeah, Ariana Grande.
The way.
Whistle
That's all I
note?
think about, bro. That song with Mac Miller was so hard.
Whistle notes.
What's on notes?
Crazy range.
Justin Bieber.
Anyone?
The songbird of our generation.
You're like saying their songs.
Well, you
have to,
just said first thing that came to my mind, bro.
But then I changed it to words that
so it's
describe
not
them.
the first thing. I gotta force it.
No, you have to force it. When you think of them, what's like something that describes him? Like,
Okay.
what do you think? What do you think of them?
Prince of Pop.
Prince of Pop.
Wow. That wasn't the first thing you thought of. You're lying.
We talked about it earlier. Drake.
I don't know.
Undeniable.
Melodies.
Undeniable. Yeah.
Also fake.
Fake?
Yeah.
Fake.
What do you mean by fake?
I feel like I will stand by this, and I don't have a problem with it. I love Drake's music.
Yeah.
But Drake is an actor who's playing the character of a rapper. He is not hard. He's not street. He's not.
I don't
Really?
think anybody's fooled by that.
I don't think anyone's fooled by it either. But I think like if he wasn't Drake, he would he would be a fraud. He'd be fake. But his tone's amazing. The music always delivers, and he's the greatest probably ever.
Ever.
And just in terms of like dominating
Yeah, he's a
the
monster.
space.
Bad Bunny.
Platinum.
Yeah.
Like just streams, bro. That dude streams crazy.
You know, only 10% of the world speaks English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Isn't that's weird? So
Is he
weird
the
to think about.
biggest? No, BTS is. Who's the biggest international artist? He's up there for sure.
Bro, it might be
BTS
Bad Bunny.
is the biggest.
It
I
might
feel
be
like they're
Bad Bunny,
bigger
bro.
than Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny, if Bad Bunny drops, he takes up the first
Everything.
15 slots in the US
So does BTS.
Billboard.
Do they?
Well, that's also
I don't think
U.S. is
so,
the
bro.
is like the third biggest Spanish speaking country.
BTS has like one of the most
We step on
Billboard
Spain.
number ones ever.
But in
It's
the
like-
US.
Yeah,
In the US,
it's like the Beatles, Mariah Carey, and BTS is right up there.
bro, how does that? I literally couldn't tell you a single
It's
BTS
the
song.
fan base. I can't either. I'm butter, smooth like butter.
I
that
don't
what it's
even know how
called?
it went.
What's the one on the Juice
Smooth
album?
like butter. On the Juice album? I don't know. I know the one on the Love album, but that's a feature, I think. I don't like BTS.
Eminem.
I don't know.
Goat.
Angry.
Goat. Like the best.
He's my number 2.
Who's your number one? Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Probably Wayne, M, Drake, Cole.
What's 5?
That's 5, isn't it?
No.
Wayne, M, Drake, Cole,
Yeah, it's 4.
Yay.
Yeah, he's 5.
Yeah, it's just like as far as raps though.
As much
Yeah.
as you talk about, I would have thought he
I
was
just-
like 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, he could. Those 5 are interchangeable. That's a starting 5.
That's great.
Yeah.
But Wayne's 1.
Dua Lipa.
I don't know.
Hot.
I don't even know, bro. What's the song?
Bruno Mars.
Just
Songwriter.
angelic, bro. That voice is crazy.
Yeah, I think
He's
he's
written
got
so
my
many
favorite
hits.
voice.
Voice is so great.
Crazy. What's your all's favorite podcast?
Podcast.
Who's your favorite podcaster? I should say
I
that.
don't listen to podcasts.
Okay, but like clips. You watch clips.
I mean,
Theo Von.
that's
Theo
literally the
Von.
only person I get on my feed, bro.
Really? It's Theo Von?
Joe Rogan, Theo Von.
I love Joe Rogan. Dude, I just started listening to podcasts. And it's
I used to
They're
listen
incredible.
to this podcast called Morbid. It was true crime documentary or
Oh,
true
those
crime.
things go crazy.
yeah, especially at like late night drives, listening to
Anytime I do a long drive, if I need to like take a break from music, I'll listen to true crime probably.
dude.
That's like the only type of podcast
I just listen to
actually
like music podcasts,
What do we think about the new
Like music or music podcast?
music podcasts.
What is that?
like
Oh,
like Zane Lowe?
podcast talking about
Yeah,
music.
about
Like,
music.
like Zane Lowe interviews and stuff?
I don't know.
John Bellion. I've listened to a couple podcasts that have John Bellion. It's just they're sick.
Really?
Yeah, he's
I'm
got
like-
a couple interviews that
As
are
like
like
the
cool.
biggest John Bellion fan ever. I'm mad that I didn't know that he was on the podcast.
Yeah, if you literally look, I'm gonna look it up on Spotify right now. I'm just literally putting John Bellion. Podcast.
Are you talking about like when you're on like Sway in the Morning or something? Because I watch those on
No,
YouTube.
no.
And I guess those are our podcasts.
Yeah, like literally, like look at these. There's like
Wow.
different ones that you
I
can
know what
listen
you're
to.
doing. on
I know
Flight.
what I'm doing tonight.
Tonight.
All
I'm going
nighter,
to sleep
dude.
with that.
Go to sleep to some John.
We're not sleeping though.
Facts.
Do
Are we
you? Is this new Jack Harlow album the best rap album
This new Jack Harlow album is the
In the
best
last
rap
two-
album
like
in the
year.
last year. for
last
sure.
year?
Like all types of rap, or like just
Yeah.
rap.
Yes.
Rap.
All types of
Yes.
rap.
I don't know about that, bro.
What's better?
The last year.
Bro, I'm trying to.
Keem?
Actually, Kendrick
Yeah,
dropped.
Keem's album was.
Kendrick was not better than this though. Not better than
That
this.
album was not.
No.
not
Bro,
even
that
close.
album was incredible.
That yeah, but it's not better than this one.
we're comparing one of the greatest of all time to Jack Harlow's.
No, we're
recent drop?
comparing an album to an album.
Yeah, we're not comparing. We're not.
He's the greatest of all time because of albums. One of the greatest of all time.
We're just talking about a
But we're talking about one album to one album.
Yeah.
You're overcomplicating it.
I'm not overcomplicating it. I don't think those two are even comparable.
No, not as artists.
We're not talking about artists. We're talking about you're linking it. Yeah.
I don't think the two albums are even comparable.
Why?
I just said.
That's crazy.
Why are they not comparable?
Because one is unreal.
What does that mean? That's not a. That's
Did
not
you listen to the album?
Yes, from top to bottom. Wow. Did I listen? Would I listen to it again? Not as many times as I listened to this Jack Harlow album.
I agree 100%. I will listen to this Jack Harlow album way more.
That makes it a better album.
But I listen to this Jack Harlow album more than probably To Pimp a Butterfly. But To Pimp a Butterfly is like a poetic masterpiece experience.
But To Pimp a Butterfly is better than this.
What's a good album to you? A good album for me is how many songs would I
listen to again?
Would I listen to again?
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Yeah,
that's what it's about.
I mean, like my favorite movie, I purposely don't watch a lot because every time I watch it, I want it to be like, oh wow, that hit hard again. It's been a year since I've seen this. I do the same thing with music.
Okay, yeah, I just don't do that.
Yeah, but like from that perspective,
there's J. Cole albums like 2014 Forest Hills Drive is probably the main reason I started rapping. I will not listen to that album more than once, twice a year because every time I listen to it, it's like I'm listening to this album again. I'm gonna experience it.
I do. After you watch it for the first time, after you listen to it, or even the movie, after you watch it for the first time, there's no way it's gonna be surprising.
I agree. It's not gonna be surprising, but you can re-experience things. And if you listen to something on repeat over and over again, but Jack Harlow, I will have on repeat over and over. That album's incredible, bro. Really it's amazing. I got goosebumps.
Okay, from that perspective, as re-listenability, if that's even a word.
Replay value?
Replay value, thank you. Replay value. That's what we're basing it off of, is what's better. So, that's definitely the best album over the last Kendrick album.
Sure. I don't think Kendrick sat down and said, I'm going to make songs. How many times can I get people to replay this song?
Does he ever do that?
Yeah.
Does he ever really do that?
I think he has before, but maybe not for an entire album, no. But Jack Harlow is the type of artist who is like, I want to make music that people are going to stream 1 trillion times.
Yeah. I felt like this was an attempt at not making.
I do too, but I think he realized when he was making it, this is so hard that I'm going to drop it with no promo and it's going to go crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
He was just in a different...
I think he's just a hit maker naturally.
He was in a different bag, bro.
Melodic Blue is still the hardest.
The first 3 tracks of Jackman, is that what it's called? Jackman?
Yeah. That's so crazy.
So the first 3 tracks back to back to back, I was like, are you kidding?
What's the best song?
It can't be.
Yeah. We're all scared to say it.
All the white boys are like,
all the white boys are scared to say it, but
I thought it
was a crazy way to make that statement.
The moment I knew what he was doing, I was like, oh my, we both looked at each other like, that's crazy.
That's the best way to bring that message across. It's the smoothest way to say it, for sure.
Yeah. I feel like
if you're going to say
anyone else would have done what the same topic.
No one else could have done
super corny and probably canceled.
100%.
But it was so fire.
Also, if anyone else did this cover art,
I think the cover art's hard.
No, I'm saying if anyone else did that,
yeah,
I loved it.
Cover art is crazy, and it fits the vibe of the album perfectly.
Oh, 100%.
10 out of 10 cover.
He's a beautiful man now. Right. That beard,
it's a good looking man.
Yeah, compared to the
grip he has.
What
on? That's wild. The grip that he has on women,
unreal,
is wild.
Unreal. All women
of all races,
all ages, everything. It's crazy. Mama loves them.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Mama Barclay.
Mama.
I don't know what her last name is, but it's Mama Barclay.
Yeah, it's Mama Barclay right now. Yeah.
Mama Bigger Dreams loves Jack Harlow.
You thought that was a hater. Oh man. All right, I feel like we can wrap this up.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I feel like this went on way too long.
Thank you. Yeah, we just started talking at the end. It actually became a podcast.
There's so much of this isn't even
hearing
usable.
People in my ears is a vibe.
Well, I love you guys a lot.
Feelings sometimes mutual.
And
fun to be here.
Thank you for hanging. Thanks. Love you guys.
You're
If you don't know Cooper Hill, go listen to Cooper Hill's music. Go listen to Graham. It's just Graham on Spotify. And
all caps.
All caps.
No caps in the raps though.
Yeah. There we go. All right. Well, catch y'all later.
I hope you never ever come back. Find peace.